Hello guys, good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going on a road trip and look who's joining me! Me! So we're going to bring my mum's car back down.
Yes.
So Keri decided she would come up on Friday.
I did.
So we could have a road trip on Sunday after I finish work.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason you came up, to keep your mammy company, is it?
No. Oh, Mr. T.
Mr. T is getting on my lap.
Quite literally, actually.
Literally quite. You're going to sit beside me? Okay. So, would you like to say why?
I got my tattoo.
You got your tattoo.
I did get my tattoo.
You wanted this tattoo forever.
Yeah, well, what I do is I find the stencils online and then I put them into a folder and I'm like, if I still like it in, say, 3-4 months' time, then I'll go ahead and get it. But if I don't, then...
You move on to another one.
I should look at other ones.
Sorry, Keri, my foot's on the couch.
Yeah.
Sticking in you.
So, like, for an example, I might see a really nice one for my hip. And there might be 7 that I actually really like. But if there's one I keep looking at, that's the one I'll get.
Yeah.
So I got my chest done.
You can't just say, got my chest done. Come on, jack it off. Let's have a look. We will all be the judge.
I won't lie. When I got this, it was not necessarily in poor taste. Well, it wasn't in poor taste. The tattoo itself was too big, so it's...
Right, so let me... Yeah. I'm going to flip the camera around and then I can... Because then I can see what I'm looking at. Right, hang on.
Yeah, ballsy. Yeah, so
Baldy.
it's on ballsy. He took my water bottle with water in it.
Can you pull it? All right, okay, you can't really. So...
Hang on.
Okay, so it starts on your shoulder. This is... Sorry, I don't want to... This is the leaf coming down.
Yeah.
Then you have the stages of the moon.
Yeah. Starburst.
Starburst.
Yeah. And then...
And then it matches on the other side.
It matches on the other side, but I also have a snake.
She has a snake. Right, okay, can I just show you this mad lad? He's got a stick.
It's a chewy stick, but a stick.
It's a stick all the same, right? Sorry, Keri.
So then I got a snake on the inside.
On the inside.
Now, this was actually supposed to be much bigger, but the girl who did it was like, if it's much bigger, you actually won't see it, and it's like a waste of...
You sort of, if you had a push-up bra, you need it to come above the push-up bra.
That's the other thing. That's why I chose like a female artist, because a man will just kind of do it.
Do it, yeah.
And not really think, where she was like, girl, no. She's like, if you're going out on a night out, you want it to be seen. So I got that, and then, yeah.
How long did it take?
Oh, just over 2 hours. Just over 2 hours. It wasn't long, but then again, I did a lot of tongue biting and...
Because it was painful.
All of it, no. But like the very tip of the tail is on my chest. It's on my sternum. And it was single-handedly the most excruciating thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Fair enough.
To the point where I had 2 squeezy balls. And it was fine, but... Yeah.
Sorry guys, total different note. On a key to keeping Tony quiet while you're videoing. Well, as quiet as Tony can be chewing.
Yeah.
That's his stick. And he loves those chewy sticks. Are you happy out, sir? Yeah.
So I got that. Did I promise my grandmother I wouldn't get it till she was dead? Yes. But, you know...
Shit happens.
Yeah, and she's not dead. But
thank God.
She's not dead, but I just was like, yeah, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. So the plan for today is making sure Keri doesn't get burnt as one of them. The other, because you're raw skinned. The other thing is we're going to bring my mum's car back down to her. Now I have to come back up Tuesday because I'm in work Wednesday, and I will have to get the bus and the train back. Don't know if I'll video that because I've videoed it twice going down. You know?
The train, I actually will say this, I got the train down on Friday and I changed it last minute because Hayley came down to see me and there was a flap about her bus because her bus was late coming in. So we had
and
to
she
change
missed
it.
the connector bus going out to Grandma's. Yeah.
It was not her fault at all, but there was a bit of panic on, so we came up with 2 or 3 options.
Well, Hayley is a very anxious traveller anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much.
No. But I changed my train to the last train, and when I say someone needs to make a Pacific train, that's my phone telling me to take my iron,
Okay.
to Athlone, like Galway to Athlone, like as a commuter, because my train was overbooked to the point where the girl who does the route from Dublin to Houston, I actually know her now at this point.
Yeah.
Like I'm on it every week. She was like, yeah, the trains they're not willing to add on an extra train, but there used to be a commuter.
Right,
Apparently,
okay.
I don't know how true. I don't know if that's 100% true, or I just don't know if there's more routes going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, no, it's just I don't want to dig into it.
So she was saying that they realistically needed one that was going later to Athlone, because Athlone is another big stop. So there's Galway, Athlone, and Houston are the big kind of stops for the trains, but they really need one Galway to Athlone because people are getting on the Houston train that are only going as far as Athlone.
Oh,
And
it fell. Your stick fell. Anyway, we're going to get going, aren't we?
Yeah. So
Look at him, happy out.
that stick was once
It wasn't about a metre long.
doesn't even need his paws anymore.
You're a big boy, you get a big stick. Anyway, so plan is we're going to go down. Kerry's coming down as far as Galway.
Yeah.
Dropping her to her accommodation in Galway because you've got an exam Tuesday.
I do. Yeah. Actually, I'm really proud of myself because of my presentation. So in Ireland, I think in most of Europe, the max you'll ever get on any assignment, any presentation is 80%, because they were saying anything over 80%, you should be teaching the class.
Fair enough.
You can't. You shouldn't be getting 100%. So 80 is your maximum to say you actually have accumulated all the knowledge and presented it back to us perfectly, and I got 72.
That's brilliant.
So I was so happy. You can't have that, I'm still drinking it. So I was super happy with myself, but it the topic that I scored well in was the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And it is one of my favourite, sounds terrible, it is my favourite war to talk about.
But it's the one you have most interest in.
Yeah, because I remember doing it for my leaving cert. And
Talk to me.
And it wasn't the Vietnam War I was talking about. It was the space race that came before it.
Yeah.
And I remember like doing my presentation, I was talking about like how the space race had an impact and all of this, and how society changes, and you know, all of this all had an impact and all this. And he, at the very end, he was like, I just wanted to say, Keri, he was like, that was an absolutely fabulous presentation. And I was like, yes, considering these are doctors of history.
Yeah.
That are coming to you and going, you actually did really well. I'm so like impressed
Yeah,
with.
well,
Do you know, it's,
yeah, but you've always loved history.
I always have, and like it's always really easy for me to recall, particularly modern history. Do not ask me about early Christian Ireland because I get so confused so quickly.
Mrs., we need to get on the road.
I know.
We really do.
But I've modern art history then on Wednesday. And all I ask is that you all light a very large candle, preferably a bonfire.
For art history.
For art history.
Fair enough, fair enough. Right, guys, so we're going to get on the road. We're going to leave now. It is now, what time is it, 4 o'clock?
No, I don't know.
Mr. T.
Yeah, it's gone for. He
That's
wants
you.
to see the people.
He keeps jumping up in the camera. Right, so we're going to go. It's just 4 o'clock, so I'll be down to my mum's by 8. Then I'm staying Monday, but then I have to come back Tuesday. Yeah, so good fun, good fun. We'll have a good laugh going down. Have you got a nice playlist now to listen to?
I have our playlist.
Our playlist, oh my God.
I was actually listening to it on the train and I was like, this is such a little bop.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Anyway, right, I'm going to go and we will talk to you en route when Keri will be in charge of the camera.
Yahoo!
Right, lads, so we got as far as Athlone.
In the baking sun.
In the baking sun, no air conditioning, but we got there. We did fairness. We didn't do too bad.
No.
But we've decided we're going to stop and get an ice cream.
Yeah, it is scalding.
It is 24 degrees out.
And
It's
people
just
might
hot.
not think that is particularly hot, which it isn't. However, Ireland's a very humid country, so the heat tends
We're
to
surrounded by
linger.
water, yeah. So-
Also, we're currently in the flatlands, so
Yeah, the middle of Ireland.
Yeah.
So there isn't much happening.
I'm telling you, you don't.
Okay. So we're going to go in here and get an ice cream. We'll show you what ice cream we get when we come out.
Yeah.
There's the ladies. And the little lamb is behind there. Don't know if you can see him, he's up there. They're the ladies. Don't know where the other lamb is. No, he won't be far away. But yeah, gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright guys, so made it down to Mammy's last night. She's on the phone in there. But I'm after having a gorgeous shower. And we're ready. We're going out for lunch. Jesus, what's wrong with me? And going to a place called Vaughan's. It's Vaughan's. No, it's not. Oh, it's Veldon's in Letterfrack. We're going to have some lunch. The girls are inside getting ready. So then I'm heading home again tomorrow. I am getting the 10:30 bus from here, and I'm getting a 3 o'clock train from Galway. But what I'm going to do is Keri has an exam at 9:30 tomorrow and it's finished at 11. So she said she's going to get the bus straight down to the bus station and she'll meet me and we'll go for coffee and maybe some lunch ourselves and see how that goes. But yeah, so Hayley's here. She is just chilling out and my mum is here. I actually had such a chill day today. It was a real fun, just chatty, lying around in our pyjamas, all chatting. So it was nice. But I think my mum's delighted to get her car back. But we'll find out now in a bit. See if she's happy to have her car back. Now, there you go. Overview of Cleggan. Down at the pier. That's the pier bar down there. There are all the people going down to get the boat out to Inishbofin. I'm at the bus stop. So I am waiting on a bus that, if you look at the bus stop, says left at 11:15. But my ticket book says 11:30. So one of them was right, but I said it to Mum And she said, well, if it doesn't turn up, she said, ring me and I'll drive you into the town and we'll catch it in there. So I was like, oh, okay. And I booked from here to save her a trip. That's Oliver's. I'm after being in there and after getting my mints. So you see here, oh, it says 10:45. But on my ticket I booked it said 11:30. But that's the bus, because it gets in at 1:30, which is the time I get in it. So we'll have to see. That's the community centre over there. That's the community centre. Tennis courts, small play area. I mean, it's lovely. And do you know what? In good weather, there's nowhere nicer at all. That's the bus having to do a U-turn on the pier. Now he's going to come up and get us and take us to Galway.
I've heard a story, I've heard it said, I've come to believe that love is a bet. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and sometimes it calls you right in the move. Come to my table, come to my bed, go easy.
Good evening, guys. Well, I made it home. I didn't record any of the trip home from Galway. When I got to Galway, it was absolutely bucketing down. Poor old Keri was standing in the rain waiting on me, and well, she'd only to run from her bus stop to the bus station, and she was soaked. So when we were running up for a cup of coffee, we got absolutely drowned. Like, the rain was that heavy. It was just bouncing up off the ground. So yeah, I didn't feel like whipping out a camera and going, so Keri, tell us what's going on. But she was in the middle of her exam that day, went very well. She's happy. It's art history, and she was like, I don't know what I wrote, but I wrote, so hopefully it stands for something. So I was like, oh, okay. So then my train was at 3:05, and it was chockers. Absolutely chockers, filled with tourists, Germans, French, American, you name it, they seem to be all on the train. And unfortunately I got a family, or fortunately, that sounds terrible, but I got a family who were sitting on my 3 spare seats, because there's 4 on a table, and the 4 beside them then. And oh my god, they were just so loud, and they were excited, and I get it, they were excited, they were on holidays, and it was fine. I mean, it didn't bother me as such. But I think just the stress of travelling, it was a long travel day at that point, and my head's killing me. My head is absolutely killing me. I'm tired, and I'm up for work now tomorrow. So yeah, just what can you do? The only thing is, I was talking to my weekend client that I normally go to. By the sound of it, I might be getting a weekend off. I don't know. Nothing officially has been said, but it may be looking that way, which means we can get dug in and get this house sorted. So in 2 weeks' time, Keri is moving back up to Dublin. She's coming up to stay with me for the summer. She's going back working in the nursing home, and I think she's doing that till August or mid-August. And then she's got 2 repeat exams, and then she's moving back into her student accommodation on 2nd of September, I think. I'm not sure. We'll find out more details of her when we have to go down and move her out of her accommodation. But yeah, I got home. I enjoyed going down to Mum. Mum's absolutely thrilled to have her car back. She did speak to her mechanic and showed him the list of stuff that came out in the report. Sorry, excuse the mess behind me. And he's gone off. He's going to price up the parts, and he's going to do all that. And then come to her with a price, and they're going to see what they can get done. As I said to Mum, the radio and the temperature sensor I wouldn't, but the oil pump I'd be bothered about. So she was like, yeah, I was thinking the same. So I said, look, start off. I said, you know, you might win the lottery and be able to fix up the car in between. So yeah, but she seems happy enough. She was like, okay, that's what I'll do. I'll only do it bit by bit. So I was like, yeah, but she's delighted to have her car back, and especially where she lives, because it is so remote. And there's only a bus, I think, twice a day. It's her independence. Do you know what I mean? And she needs that. Wait till I tell you something funny that did happen when we went over to Veldon's for lunch. We're sitting there and we're sitting at the table and we're all yakking. A family came in beside us, husband, wife and 2 kids. And I was talking to Mum and Hayley. We were discussing what we were going to get to eat and blah blah blah, the usual rubbish. And I recognised that voice. And I turned around. It was a girl I went to school with, like secondary school, when we would have started secondary school at 12, 13, right up till I was 18 and a half when I left school. And she'd always been in my class, and I couldn't believe it. She hadn't, excuse you, Mr. T, she hadn't changed her voice. It was her voice. As soon as she started speaking to the kids, I recognised the voice. And so we spent the whole of the lunchtime sitting talking to her, and her husband was there and her 2 kids. And yeah, it was just lovely. I haven't seen her, Jesus, 20 years, 25, nearly coming up on 30 years. God. Anyway, yeah, bizarre, but it was so funny because in the middle of nowhere, and you're sitting down, like she sits beside me. So we're talking about old school friends that some of us we keep in touch with and different things like that. So it was nice. But yeah, bizarre, random, the most random act. Right, I am actually going to go get a cup of coffee, feed this fella some treats. I bought him a treat on the way home, so I'm going to give it to him. It's a black and white pudding mix thing. I'm going to give him that, and then I think we're all in for an early night. What do you think, Mr. T? We go for an early night tonight? Yeah, okay. I take it your silence is your agreement. Right, lads, I will talk to you in my next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.